Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii, and in this video I'm going to showcase the different types of players you encounter in GTA 5 Online. There's a variety of pretty interesting types of players in GTA Online, and at the end of the video let me know which one you think you are out of this list. I'll be happy to see in the comments. So right before we begin this video, if you go on to enjoy it, take a second to drop a like on it, that'd be awesome. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop a sub because you do not want to miss any more videos like these. Join the Hakiii army. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell as well. Anyway though, let's get straight into it. Starting off this list, we have the Collector. Now the Collector has tons of different rare items like limited time clothing, tons of different cars with rare paint jobs, and pretty much everything you can possibly collect in the game that could be worth anything and actually worth showing off as well. It's the type of person that invites the entire 30-player lobby to his garage so people can see his cars, or a person that pulls up to the clothing store with some people shopping there and just like switches between outfits right in front of them. Yeah, this type of player can be a show off sometimes, but usually they do actually have some pretty nice stuff. And besides a huge car collection and some limited time / rare clothing, you also have a yacht that you like to show off, and you probably have a bunch of dollar bills laying around in your office as well. And I guess being rich is a part of being a big collector in the game, so I guess you can group those two together, both being rich and being a big collector. Next up, we have the Grinder. This is the type of person that grinds the best heists and the highest paying jobs. They play the game for hours and hours and hours and just continue doing the highest paying jobs over and over and over again, and that leads to them having a ridiculously high time played in the game as well. You can see your time played somewhere in the pause menu, and usually their time would be like hundreds of hours if not thousands of hours played. And the grinders also take big pride in getting all their money legitimately, and everything they bought in the game was from legitimate money, and they put a big emphasis on that, and you gotta respect it honestly, because the amount of dedication they have in this game is crazy. Like, I wouldn't be able to play this game as much as they do, although I do play this game a good amount still. The Grinder also has usually most if not all businesses in the game. I'm talking a CEO office, an arcade, a casino penthouse, a facility, a bunker, a hangar, etc. And whenever a new business gets introduced into the game, they have to buy it ASAP. They have to try it out as soon as possible. Next one's gonna be the Glitcher. This is the type of person to have a bunch of different glitched outfits and glitched cars with modded paint jobs. This person would have glitched on Benny's wheels or F1 wheels on their cars along with modded wheel colors, and you would see some of the cars have invisible glitched parts on them. There would be so many glitched outfits. I'm talking invisible arms, invisible torso, possibly a ripped shirt, and basically all the outfit glitches possible. You'd see duffel bags on some of the outfits and just so many crazy things that you really just don't see on regular outfits. Like, it wouldn't look like a typical outfit. And the Glitcher is usually pretty rich as well. He'd have some crazy number, like hundreds of millions if not billions of dollars. Next up, we have the obvious one, the Tryhard. This is the type of person that, similar to the Grinder, would also have tons of time played on this game, but for a different reason. This guy's a die-hard PvPer. That's literally his entire life on this game. That's by far his favorite thing to do in this game, and he wouldn't rather do anything else. And his kill to death ratio means the world to him. If you mess up his KD ratio, he's gonna take it straight personally. I mean, this type of player would do a lot to keep a good KD ratio. This person happily takes the easy way out if they're about to get killed by another player. You can also tell if someone's a tryhard based on their gamer tag or how they're dressed. One example of a tryhard gamer tag is like a barcode gamer tag, like a bunch of L's and maybe some Z's or X's. And how they're dressed is pretty obvious. I mean, they would have like a combat outfit on. A lot of them have like military clothing, or maybe like the demon eyes with like the white face paint. They usually look like a combination of a soldier along with someone that just looks like death. Yeah, I don't really need to explain anymore. I think we've all encountered a tryhard. So next one's gonna be similar to a tryhard. That's gonna be the Griefer. The Griefer is a little different. He's gonna go out of his way to blow people up and just interfere with other players, while some tryhards are a bit more laid back and they only engage if they see some action. If a Griefer sees anyone doing cargo missions or any sort of business activity, they're gonna be really appealed to it. They're gonna be more than happy to interfere with that, and if no one's doing any business whatsoever, they're probably just gonna go after some innocent people just shopping around or something. Let's just say they do not have a good reputation in the GTA community. So moving on, we have the Off-Roader. The Off-Roader obviously loves off-road vehicles, specifically trucks. He's gonna own a lot of trucks. It's a type of person that loves the Caracara and the Camacho, someone that's really connected to truck culture, and you wouldn't be surprised to see some American stuff on him as well, like an American jacket or something. Similar to biker clothing, they'd make their character look exactly like what you'd imagine a good old trucker in real life would look like. This person is an expert in going up Mount Chiliad and probably knows all the best and underrated off-road tracks around the map, and they just love chilling in a party and just off-roading with friends casually, and they almost start throwing up once they see a supercar. No, I'm joking. Next up, we have the OG player that quit the game after a few years. This type of player usually had the Pogo Space Monkey mask on, and obviously he'd have clothing that's been in the game since day one. And the reason for him quitting the game, maybe he encountered too many griefers and tryhards and oppressors and jets and helicopters. Next up is the beginner or the noob, whatever you want to call it. This type of player, best case scenario, has one property, whether it's an apartment or like an office or something. This type of player is usually most vulnerable to griefers and trolls, and often falls victim to one of those unless he has an experienced friend playing with them. There's a lot of different types of beginners, but from my experience, they usually have like unmatching clothes or like colorful outfits with a funny looking mask. They give off kind of like a happy vibe. It's kind of ironic how new players usually look happy and then experienced players like tryhards just look like straight death. GTA takes a toll on some people, I guess. Along with barely one property owned, they have little to no cars and garages. If they see someone driving a cool looking vehicle like the Scramjet or Oppressor or something like that, there's a good chance they're gonna message them asking if they can try it out themselves. Now, not all beginners, but a good chunk of them are younger, and so that means you're gonna encounter more after school or on weekends or on breaks from school, like winter break, spring break, and obviously summer. And I'm glad there's somehow still beginners in GTA Online these days, because without beginners, this game would be a lot different and honestly a bit less fun, because I can't imagine just a full 30-player lobby of experienced players like tryhards and just a bunch of different people with no trollable players. That's honestly not that fun. The next type of player is the casual. Now, the casual has some cool cars. He doesn't have a big collection, he doesn't have a small collection. Usually they only have the must-have cars or just cars they use pretty often, whether it's useful cars for heists or just messing around in free roam. This person typically plays a couple hours a week, but definitely plays a bit more when there's a new update dropping, because they do want to check out new content, but besides that, they're kind of like on and off with the game. They might mess around in free roam a little bit, they might help with the heist, but not much more than that. The next one we got is the troll. Now, the troll is a little similar to the griefer, but definitely in a more like positive and fun way. This type of player enjoys messing with other players, especially beginners and noobs. These types of players love using the up and atomizer. That's like the pistol that like launches stuff and makes like a weird buzz sound. It's a really fun weapon to troll people with and just mess around. And besides that, this type of player loves using arena vehicles with all the special abilities they have, and other special vehicles like the Scramjet, for example. Anything they can mess around with other players with, they are all for it. The next one is the role player. People that do organized role plays usually take it really seriously. It gets really legit, especially when it comes to PC roleplay, because there's actual like servers for it, and with mods it actually becomes really cool. The role player usually told himself he just needs a break from the typical GTA 5 online, and that's pretty much all there is to say for that one. Now, for the final one, we have the playlist guru. This person loves grinding playlists, especially custom playlists like custom races, custom lasting standings, and a whole bunch of different cool game modes. These are a lot of fun, especially if you have a lot of people to play them with. There's so many awesome community created jobs that I don't blame people like this, and this type of player often does this for hours at a time. Now, out of this list, if I had to choose which ones I would say I would say sometimes I'm a little PvPer, but I'd say I'm nowhere near being a tryhard. I'd say I could be a bit of a troll, I'm a bit of a glitcher, I'm definitely a collector, I'm a little bit of a grinder, and I'm definitely a playlist guru. Let me know which ones out of this list you guys are down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, but that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you did go on to enjoy it. If you did, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you guys are new, turn on the notification bell as well. Anyway though, this has been Hakiii. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.